Dutt Singh ji was a city magistrate of Faizabad in 1949. It was during his time when Ram Lalla appeared in the Sanctum Sanctorum. My grandfather stood his ground, and he would not allow the CM to go to the spot, which is, I think, a big decision. My grandfather, Guru Dutt Singh ji, was a city magistrate of Faizabad in 1949. And it was during his time when Ram Lalla appeared in the Sanctum Sanctorum of Ram Mandir, the then Babri Masjid, so to speak. And thereafter, whatever actions which he took, to my mind and to everyone else's mind, were very critical actions which, looking back in hindsight, go a long way in the culmination of what is happening and is going to happen in terms of inauguration on 22nd of January this year. When this happened in the night of December 22nd and 23rd of 1949, then in the morning, as soon as this news percolated around and it spread like fire, then there was an influx of all the devotees and the bhakts of Sri Ramchandji, and they all came and surrounded the precincts of Ram Chabutra, and they just refused to leave. And the situation was such that there was no one who was wanting to hear anything against the whole idea of the removal of the Murti of Ram Lalla. So that was a point in fact which had to be taken under consideration by the then city magistrate, who happened to be my Baba. And so he obviously took cognizance of that and reported to the state government, which had wanted that this Murti be removed forthwith, that it is not possible. And the state government had asked for its removal because they were being asked by the central government to do that. So when he reported the way he did, then that went against him, obviously. And when it was reported back to the center, then there must have been a certain direction, a certain clear direction, based on which the then Chief Minister, Govind Ballabh Pant ji, made an immediate dash to the district headquarters, Faizabad. But before he could come into Faizabad, as was the protocol, the state administration officials would go and receive him at the boundary of the district. And so my grandfather, he went to the boundary of the district and told him that it was not possible for him to be brought over to the spot, because as it is, the Shraddhalus who were there had got this impression that the state government as well as the central government was wanting to remove the statue of Ram Lalla, and they would resist that. And if they resist that and we try and implement the order, then there would be a law and order situation, and his presence at that time would be a risk my grandfather would not want to take. The debate got heated up, and Mr. Pant said that basically what Guru Dutt ji was suggesting is that neither would you take responsibility of mine, and neither would you carry out my orders for removal of that statue. And so this will actually lead to some serious repercussions, which you understand what it is going to happen. My grandfather stood his ground, and he would not allow the CM to go to the spot, which is, I think, a big decision in itself. And not satisfied at all with what had transpired, the CM returned to the state headquarters, knowing fully well that what was to follow, and before it could follow, my grandfather decided to tender his resignation. And he immediately tendered his resignation. But before he did that, he passed 2 orders. One was an executive order that Puja Archana at the Ram Chabutra and at the Garbhgriha, where Ram Lalla's Murti was there, should be carried on without any obstruction. And secondly, that there should be a promulgation of Section 144 of CRPC, which would ensure that there would be no assemblage of a kind which will lead to confrontation with the other set of people who are already there. And these 2 orders were implemented, but my grandfather tendered the resignation. And thereafter, obviously, a kind of a response, which I wouldn't say was very objective, was very partisan, was followed by the state government. I'm sure the state government had chosen to inform the central government of what was being done to my Baba. So his luggage, etc., was removed midnight, and that was put on the road, and he was asked to leave his official residence. So he spent the whole night, the wintry night, on the roads with his family. And thereafter in the morning he shifted to a small flat on the 3rd floor of a friend of his, Bhagwati Babu. And also his pension was stopped. So, well, but that was a very small price he felt, and he told us to pay for the decision which he had taken.